In a world of uncertainty and troubling times, there's one thing that you can rely on, and that's three white guys with microphones can get together and make a podcast for everyone and anyone to enjoy. Welcome to The Ball Lied with Trent, Luke, and Ty. We're going to be taking you all around the NFL, the ins and outs of every franchise you love, as well as having some fun along the way as you do.
Hit it.
I'm joined here, of course, by the always on time, always the guy, Trent.
Yeah.
You
going?
were not on time.
Glad to be here. Talking some sports, talking some of my favorite franchises, talking your guys' favorite franchises, and, ultimately learn more about this game that we love.
Well said.
Yeah, and then the second build, he was going to get first billing, then he showed up 20 minutes late to the first recording, but had to appropriately place the Leonard Fournette jersey so that it was in frame, and you have to appreciate that.
Takes time.
From Luke here.
It takes time. Greatness takes time, and it wouldn't be a podcast with three dudes if one of them wasn't like egregiously late, and it got started way too late and went way too long for what they got. So we started off well there. I just to get a little background about myself, gained sentience on January 26th in 2003 when the Tampa Bay Buccaneers beat the Oakland Raiders. And so ever since I came to know this world, I was always into football, and I was always a Buccaneer fan. And I rooted for them just as to be a shithead against the family of Raider fans. So that's a way to start. Little did I know I was going to be tested with my loyalty greatly on that journey for a long time, but it's turned around. And through all the times where there was really no reason to pay attention to Bucs football, besides like Jameis Winston going 50 for 50, was learning all the other franchises and seeing what there was to offer, fantasy football, fucking all the shit that comes along with this great game. So now I'm here with you guys and we get to talk about it, which is why not?
Yeah, we have a few years of free speech left. Might as well use it. Let's get crazy. Let's throw out some takes. If you haven't pieced it together by now, I'm Ty. I've been watching this football thing for a few years, basically since I've been alive. Before I can even see, I was rooting for the ever in prime time, ever dominant New England Patriots. You gotta love a bandwagon kid. And we've just stuck with it ever since, but really fell in love with the game and all that goes with it. I like to view football as my cat jumps into the frame for the third time in the first 5 minutes. I like to look at football as not only a sport, but it's a reality TV show that we get to watch. It's drama, it's cinematic, it's everything that you love about everything else, but it's football. And that's
real.
Cool. It scratches that 7-year-old itch of something having enough substance to keep my attention, but also like people are running fast and doing cool things.
Okay, action movie mixed with reality TV show.
Yeah,
it's facts.
We don't talk about the sports books. They don't. It's all fair.
No. Yeah, it's all fair. It's all legit. And a big part of that is the media conglomerate that makes up the NFL. We're churning out news
the machine
like crazy. Today, Nyheim Hines. You remember Nyheim Hines? Who remembers Nyheim Hines?
Yeah, of course. Running back for the Steelers and Colts, right? There may be another franchise in there.
Definitely the Colts. He actually just signed with the Chargers practice squad. May give us a bit of an indicator of how rough that situation is.
He announced his coming out of retirement like earlier this year, right? But he hadn't been signed yet. I feel like I remember seeing that sleeper notification. It seems like it. But you know how it is with those sleeper notifications. It's like some of them could be real, some of them could just be like a fever dream that I thought of, because now they get so egregious, like the way they they type these things and what they say. Like, they called someone something horrible last night. I don't remember what it was, but it was like they really just called him that in the notification to everyone. It's brutal.
Yeah. I think what it is, it's like community titles, and when they get enough pop, they get sent out to everyone. So Sleeper itself has this like, built in like, hey, that wasn't us. We just amplified the message. We didn't write it.
Yeah, exactly.
But someone that is dealing with actual consequences, maybe because he didn't write in a middleman and blame the community, is Mark Sanchez. He was arrested and hospitalized with stab wounds. And when this news first broke, it was essentially read to us as Mark Sanchez stabbed in Indianapolis, like one of those like fake things you'll see about Mac Jones or something on Instagram. Yeah. But this one was real. Mark Sanchez got stabbed, and he was actually just completely in the wrong. From the story we have heard via TMZ Sports, ever reputable, apparently he was drunk in an alleyway running wind sprints. He was just running sprints, just like what you do when you're drunk. Then this delivery driver apparently had an issue with him running wind sprints, or just got too close to him or something, and decided to confront him. Mark Sanchez did not take kindly to that. And, we like to think of Mark Sanchez as kind of like, we don't think of quarterbacks as physical threats like that. But like when you're 6'2", 230 in any other room, you're a physical threat. And
this guy's been in a real weight room his whole life.
Yeah,
attacked like a 69-year-old man.
Yeah, absolutely. We're not going to show the pictures, but you can look them up if you are really into that, like that.
Yeah. If you've got someone in your group chat that likes to just share them.
Yeah, send it at like 6 a.m.
First thing you wake up to. Fucking
it's a lovely image to start the day. But a lot of people are probably like, why does this matter? Doesn't really matter, but he was a commentator. He was commentating games every week, and it's just another reminder. Maybe chill on the alcohol when you're super rich. At least don't go in public. Like if you're gonna get super drunk and do stupid stuff.
Yeah, if you got a problem,
don't do wind sprints in an alleyway. Yeah. Someone else has a problem, but his problem's a bit different. Jerry Jones, he gave the middle finger to a Jets fan, which I don't know what was said, but like, why are we coming at Jets fans? You're a billionaire standing up in your suite, looking down at the Jets fan, flipping him off. Like, what could he have said to make that feel necessary? I'm not like upset over it. Getting flipped off is getting flipped off, but apparently the NFL is. They fined him $250K. Cool, $250K that'll go into somebody's pocket somewhere.
Drop in the bucket for him.
Drop in the bucket for him. But it is interesting. Obviously,
even if you're that rich, though, how much is a flipping off worth it at $250K? How many times is that worth it to a fan?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's an expensive.
I don't have that much money, but
finger.
Judging by his net worth, probably a few hundred times he could do it.
Seems pretty stingy, though. I don't know. He didn't even want to pay Micah, so.
It's true. How many middle fingers was Micah worth? He was
not
probably a good.
Not a whole stadium's worth of Jets fans.
Yeah, doing some quick maths here. I think that'd probably be around 140 middle fingers for a year of Michael Parsons.
Michael Parsons.
But it is interesting if you compare. Obviously, fines from different NFL franchises are going to be different, but flipping the bird, if you're an NFL owner, $250K. You physically assault one of your players, like Jonathan Gannon did, $100K.
$100K.
Which
fined by the team too.
Here's my thing. Either you say, "Oh, this is just just football guys doing football guy things," and you ignore it, or if you're the Cardinals organization, you fine him $100K and you're saying, "Oh no, he assaulted him," why is he still your head coach if you're finding him $100K for
Dude,
assaulting a player?
That's exactly right. I 100% agree. Like, I don't understand.
And for anyone that hasn't seen it, we actually have it.
Dude, can we play the clip and bring it up? Is that a thing we can do?
I believe we can.
Oh my gosh, let's see it.
Next level.
I've never seen this. Oh my gosh. Here we go.
So, obviously,
because he dropped the ball.
Okay, yo, run that back. Run that back one time. So I want to see that. Who's that? The lineman's consoling him? Probably because he's. Oh man. Whoa. Yeah, that's like angry face. That's like angry face too. I know, right? I'd cry too. That's Mario Ricardo right now. Poor
how
guy.
sad he looks. How do you hit a man that looks like that? He
is
defeated.
So sad already, dude. He knows. You don't think he already is like totally beating himself up over that? Like he had his moment in the NFL and he did the ultimate botch. Like you don't think that's enough?
That was horrible.
It's insult to injury.
When asked about it, Gannon did respond.
What? How do you?
It just got the better of him. I don't understand. You're the coach of the Arizona Cardinals. How have you not been frustrated in a game before? I know this is like an all-time screw up, but like it happens almost on a weekly basis at this point.
Yeah, why is this happening so many times? That's the other thing that I don't get. It's just like, how is this still happening? It's a weird anomaly, but it seems to continue to happen. Probably always will.
Every few years, it just seems like teams just forget about it, and they'll just a few times they'll just happen.
Right? It's
back
like
to back in a big spot.
Yeah. I give the Adonai Mitch one almost a little bit more of a break because he was just looking and turning and it slipped out of his hands and he was instantly trying to grab it. Whereas the other dude just totally like threw it out of a celebration. Ah, man. Yeah. I don't know how you don't just like take the ball to the back of the end zone at this point after you've seen this happen as another player. Like I would not want.
Exactly.
I don't understand
all the way. Also,
place
that guy
the ball
probably,
in the end zone.
Yeah. It's got to be his like first touchdown as a starting running back or whatever, or like pretty much.
He got one the week before, but that was definitely like his biggest play. That was gonna be
he'd want to keep that ball.
The play there, yeah. It's sad when you think about a player like that. Obviously, even him is probably a low millionaire. He's got more money in the bank than I'll probably ever see, but it's still a guy on the bubble of a roster working his hardest to try and make a name for himself, and to see that from your coach, it's tough. I like Jonathan Gannon, but I think the writing was already on the wall, and this feels like the first kind of knock down the hill of a snowball starting to go and go and go. Obviously, it hasn't been perfect, but I think everyone in general is like pleasantly surprised with how the Cardinals look on a week-to-week basis. He's not a bad coach, but as a head coach, you got to be more than just a football coach. You have to be the brand, which is, I think, why we've seen such an uptick in handsome coaches, because you got to be the face of this franchise. And when you're not handsome, no offense to Jonathan Gannon, he's a fine-looking dude, but he's not like, you can't put him on a billboard. You can't sell season tickets with Jonathan Gannon. You got to make up for that with football, and the football hasn't been there. And now you have this. I think we're probably seeing the last of Gannon in Arizona, and that could be tough. But I'm actually here to help, because I think it's really hard when you go through a coaching change, and I kind of wanted to help that process along with 3 teams that I've identified need to switch something up. And actually, the Cardinals aren't on that. I figured we'd talk a little Cardinals. I didn't want too heavy of a Cardinals show. There's only so much Cardinals that you could put.
Yeah, you don't want that much.
Yeah, it's
we don't watch it
as West Coasters. We don't want that. So getting into it, I figured what better way than when you want a husband or a wife and you want someone that is going to be your lifelong partner, what do? You go on ABC's The Bachelor. So what I have put together here is a little casting call for the Gridiron Bachelor, as we are going to be getting into the weeds, getting an understanding of these franchises, what they're looking for, and I'm gonna give you some candidates, and you guys are gonna decide for us as a collective who we would like to see fill that role. Let's go ahead and get going with it.
Fuck me. God damn it. Son of a bitch. Man, not this shit again. Fuck me.
So as Collinsworth said, there's a lot of similarities with playing football and trying to score at the bar. And hopefully these three franchises are going to do both. So let's go ahead and get going. First team, our first eligible bachelor is the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders have been on a bit of a hiatus from the limelight as of recent, but they're looking for someone to get them out of their shell, get them going places, someone who likes adventures, someone who likes being spontaneous, having fun, just an overall good time. It's Las Vegas, baby. So let's go ahead and meet our potential suitors for the Las Vegas Raiders. So first and foremost, we got a simple connection. Sometimes all you need is a mutual friend to push along your spark, your connection. That mutual friend for the Las Vegas Raiders could be John Spytek. Comes from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers happen to have a young firecracker of an offensive coordinator waiting in the wing to potentially be the successor to Pete Carroll in Las Vegas, Josh Grizzard.
Well, I don't love that for as a Bucs fan, but I could see it if he continues to be successful, especially if Baker's just is continuing to cook like this. But I mean, how many are we just going to go 3 in a row? Coaches nabbed from the Tampa Bay Bucs. It would be the start of a coaching mill over there in Tampa Bay if that was the case. I don't know. You think Spytek might want to like branch out into different waters? Maybe he's like, well, I've been with the Josh Grizzard before. Maybe I want to try something a little bit new.
Maybe, but Josh Grizzard was an assistant, so he wasn't quite to the level that he's going to be at the end of the year. But I hear you at wanting options, Trent. What if we went with a different option? What if we went with legacy? What if we went to that coworker that's older, but they have a hot son, right? And yeah, we go to our coworker. We go to our coworker across the division. In Jim Harbaugh, we say, "Hey, I hear you have a hot son who is currently the special teams coordinator for the Seattle Seahawks, Jay Harbaugh."
Jay Harbaugh.
What?
Jay Harbaugh as the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders, playing his dad 2 times a year. How do you feel about it?
This is the least looking Harbaugh man I've ever seen. But I mean, who's he coach for now?
He's currently the Seattle Seahawks special teams coordinator.
Has that ever
which
happened?
Is how John Harbaugh got started as a special teams coordinator, and then I believe went
straight up to a head coach.
Yeah, right. I was like gonna say, that's why I was surprised if someone ever went from special teams straight to head coach. But
I don't love that for the Raiders. I mean, as a division rival, I do love that for the Raiders. But
wow, so he doesn't think that's a good match at all.
Oh,
he thinks that there's no chemistry there.
Do you have a personal issue with Jay Harbaugh?
No, I don't have any issue with Jay Harbaugh. I just don't know if he's proven himself yet. How long has he been the coordinator for the Seahawks?
Question. It's like, is this guy have does he have a setup? Like, does he have roots placed down? Has he been consistently like in a relationship already, or is he bounced around?
He went to Oregon State.
Oh,
Look at that.
Be a big Trent guy.
Yeah. But he also, I believe, was on the championship Michigan team with his dad. And then, he took the Seahawks job, trying to get away from his dad. He could have followed his dad.
This is his first year as the Seahawks.
Yeah.
A special teams coordinator. So I think that he's got a little bit more to prove before he can take over.
But his last name's Harbaugh.
It is true. It is true. He'll get there eventually. He'll be good eventually. You just got to ride out maybe some bad years. We're only good. We're only good at special teams.
Other than that, we have a couple former head coaches. Sometimes relationships don't work the first time around, but both of these guys have connections with Tom Brady, which is all you need to be a qualified Raiders head coach. Brian Flores or Cliff Kingsbury. Obviously, with Flores, he's been the D coordinator for maybe the most explosive, maybe the most entertaining to watch defense in the league in the Minnesota Vikings. They are constantly at the top of DVOA. He's a leader of men. You could argue that the soft allegations in Miami didn't start until they fired Brian Flores. And on the Cliff Kingsbury side of things, we kind of wrote him off when he struggled with Kyler Murray, but since he's taken the reins with Jaden Daniels, he's looked cooler than ever, which is big for Cliff Kingsbury. He looks very cool. He would look very cool in some silver and black. Do you guys agree?
I like both of those actually a lot.
Yeah.
I could see Brian Flores in the silver and black as well. He brings that kind of like dark demeanor, like quiet, like stoic energy that I think that would go well with Spytech, and I think Davis would like the name, the idea of it. He'd be like, oh yeah, he can build a real gritty, tough defense, back in the day like we used to have. And I think Cliff Kingsbury's a little more flashy. I think he's a little more of the Spytech kind of guy, and so I could really see that going either way. It depends on who where they would decide to go, like QB wise, if they were going to go in the draft, after this next year. If Spytech's looking at, a Jaden Daniels type of guy, offense kind of like that, then Kingsbury is probably the way to go. If he wants to go build like a strong defense first with, Crosby and they got a couple other young guys, bring in some more defensive backs, and I could see them really going either way. I think those two would definitely be my top two. If I had to pick one, I think Brian Flores would be cool. I just think that it would fit, and I'd like to see him get another shot at head coach.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Luke. I think that they're both great options. I would love to see Cliff Kingsbury be the coach of the Raiders, but yeah, just based off of the pure like aesthetics and vibe of Brian Flores, I feel like he's a Raider head coach.
All right, so we have our first match. Obviously, these things, they are fragile. We're just planting the seeds now. If we hit one of these in October of who's going to be like the coach
it's gonna be pretty
next
sick.
year, like that'd be impressive. So subscribe for us attempting that endeavor.
Yep.
Deserves
come back, check here when it happens.
When Jay Harbaugh becomes the next coach of the Raiders.
Maybe offensive coordinator.
Definitely the first conversation about Jay Harbaugh being the coach of the Raiders happened on this podcast. You witnessed history. Sound off in the comments below how you feel. On to the next franchise. The Titans. The Titans are like that one friend that has no luck. It's not they go on a date and it's bad. They can't land the date. And it's getting sad at this point. They're starting to become that team that you never want to be, where people just want you to do good. And once people want you to do good, once people start celebrating your first win like they did with the Titans, I think writing's on the wall for Bill Callahan, and they need some life. And I went ahead, and my only criteria to find them a partner that was here for the right reasons was really offense. We need someone to come in and make the Titans exciting. We need someone to spice it up in the bedroom with the Titans. And most importantly, Cam Ward. He's supposed to be the franchise. It's better
Turn
to
him
figure these
into
things
the
out.
bowl and not the cuck in the bedroom. But metaphorically.
Yeah, metaphorically. And with that, I couldn't find a bowl, but I found a bill, and Joe Brady. Joe Brady is currently the offensive coordinator for the Bills. He was formerly the quarterbacks coach for the Bills, and before that, he was the OC that led that historic LSU offense with Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and all those cats, just absolutely lighting up the scoreboard. He didn't go off on this like hot meteoric rise like a lot of people thought he would after that LSU trip. He got caught up in Carolina, which if you are a coach, the last thing you want to do is get caught up in Carolina. After that, he had to take a little demotion to get to Buffalo, but now you're here as the offensive coordinator for the Bills, which is a pretty nice spot to be in. And I think he's definitely shown improvement, but how much can you really say about a guy that has Josh Allen when whatever team he would get hired to coach would not have Josh Allen?
Oh man, well, it's yeah, I would be apprehensive to see what happened with
I don't
that
love
without
this
someone
choice.
like that.
I don't love this choice. I don't know. He's doing a good job in Buffalo right now. I don't know. Keep searching for some better options.
You're saying send him home night one, no Rose, get out of here.
Yep.
Out of here.
Damn, man. I mean, that's harsh. He'll probably get a look somewhere for a job, you would think, right?
Yeah.
As long as they continue to be successful. It's been a few years now. For
I just don't think
Titans,
that I don't think he's the right fit for
it.
Cam Ward and the Titans.
I mean, yeah,
that tracks.
I'm pretty neutral in that. I could see it going either way. It's not jumping out to me.
Let's throw out some more candidates that hopefully you're less neutral about. I think for a team like the Titans, maybe you just need a guy to come in and do all the little things. All the things that we may ignore on a day-to-day basis is that our partner does, and really steady the ship, make you a real franchise. So with that, I would like to bring forth Mike McCarthy, formerly the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, had 3 straight 12-win seasons, former Super Bowl champion with the Aaron Rodgers Packers, but never really quite got the respect of Super Bowl winning head coach, quite like a John Harbaugh or a Andy Reid. I guess Andy Reid's won multiple, but he never really got that respect. He's more of like the Doug Peterson, win one Super Bowl and will kind of pass you around the league.
I don't hate it.
I mean, someone's going to give him another chance. I agree. The insiders of the league probably give him a lot more credit for the Green Bay success back then than the fans do. So I don't think the fans really like him, and they probably wouldn't be too excited. But maybe Titans fans would. I don't know how their vibe check is on it, but they probably just want anything. So a name they recognize would probably be cool, as long as they haven't been like bad.
Yeah, I think what you might need for the Titans is just a proven product to put out on the field. If he's the guy before the guy, kind of like we're looking at with the Raiders, that's fine, but just like stop being a joke of a franchise. Win like 6 games and be competitive in 10, and that's all Titans fans are really asking for. And for the development of Cam Ward, just be something more than what they're currently doing. And I think a lot of that falls on how the team's built going into the season with Calvin Ridley as your wide receiver 1 and just being like, yeah, that's super sick. Let's do it. And really not surrounding Cam Ward with enough talent. But sometimes you need a coach that can do more with less when it comes to talent. And one of those coaches for me would be another legacy, nepotism guy, and Clint Kubiak, who is currently the offensive coordinator for the Seattle Seahawks. Maybe getting the best football we've seen from Sam Darnold. And he also was the Saints OC last year, had those 4 incredible games with Derek Carr before they fell off the cliff. But maybe this year will be more sustainable for Clint Kubiak. Runs a kind of hybrid McVay-Shanahan scheme, and I think could scheme some receivers open if they don't have the talent over there. How would we feel about Clint Kubiak in Tennessee?
Yeah, that's actually, I was waiting for that one because I know he's been talked about for a lot of people, but for a lot of teams. I think I can see it because they both wear blue, so I'm in on it. I'm fully in. I think Kubiak would be a fucking great combination. Like you said, the fact that he's gotten the best football out of Darnold, and we already thought that we'd seen that from KOC over there in Minnesota. That I think gives him even an extra bit of a nod that or maybe it gives Sam Darnold an extra nod too. I'll give it to both of them, but I like him there going across the country almost all the way, but still wearing blue over there in Tennessee, Nashville.
Yeah, I like that choice too. I think that I think that his offensive scheme could blend well with Cam Ward, and again, I could see the Blues.
Right, I think he loves to air it out too, and I think Cam Ward loves to air it out. I think he wants someone that'll just let him uncork it.
Well, I'm about to throw you guys through a loop because the last guy on this list also wears blue, so it's going to be a tough thing because we got the Colts OC, who is a native of Tennessee, Jim Bob Cooter.
Oh.
Now,
Yep, the good old Jim Bob.
There's some criticisms with this one. You could say that this is the least substantiated pick, as you have Shane Steichen, who knows how much of the offense Jim Bob Cooter really has a hand in. But what is undeniable is Daniel Jones is playing some of the best football we have seen out of him. And Jim Bob Cooter is from Tennessee and has a funny name. I think he's got the recipe.
From Tennessee, huh? Yeah, that's tough. I almost feel like I'd pick Clint Kubiak, but I think the Titans would go after him first.
Well, look, we're an intelligent pod, so are we going with Clint Kubiak here? Is that the fit?
Yeah, I'd take Kubiak, but I do like that. But like you say, I think I'd like to. I don't know.
It's tough. It's like hiring.
But he is the favorite to win Offensive Coordinator of the Year or Coordinator of the Year. Fucking Jim Bob is, so.
Hey,
I don't know what
turn
that
up
tells
Jim
you.
Bob.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was an award, honestly. So,
me neither. DraftKings, man.
So now it's the last one, and with these names, I'm gonna go a bit quicker because we've spent a little too much time. We got a show to get to. But the Dolphins, they're gonna be box office, so I'm gonna give you 4 names. Here we have Anthony Campanelli. He's the DC for the Jags. They're off to one of the hottest starts
Oh, that's
of the
a hard
season.
start.
So
yeah, there we go.
Then Chris Shula, I think, is probably the most interesting. Rams DC. He's the grandson of Don Shula, legendary Dolphins coach. It's nepotism, baby. Chris Shula, I think, makes all the sense in the world. But if you're trying to beat the soft allegations, there's 2 guys you could go for. Proven winners, Super Bowl champions, Bill Belichick or John Gruden. I personally love the idea of John Gruden in Miami. And I think that would be magic. It would be
unreal.
Magic.
That's the only way they can turn the franchise around now, I think. Or something like that. Because there's no way they're not going to be soft.
Yeah.
until they do something like that.
So Dolphins, we're gonna put with John Gruden. So that's our
I feel like he'd only come
matchmakers.
back to a team that he likes, but maybe he would.
So listen up, Raiders,
Stay away from that
Titans,
shit.
and Dolphins fans. If you're curious who your next head coach will most likely be, because I can only say most likely at this point. If something happens, it's because they changed their mind. But currently, they are set on these names of Brian Flores to the Raiders, Clint Kubiak to the Titans, and John Gruden to the Dolphins. It's been set. It's been set in stone. What's never set in stone are position rankings. And that's why we here at The Ball Lied aren't going to spend the time to do real position rankings. What we're going to do is we're going to be blindly ranking these positions. So we're going to be starting with receivers. And 1 through 10, Luke, you are going to be rating receivers based off just your vibes.
Yep.
You could get a Sterling Shepard, you could get Jamar Chase. So you got to be kind of careful where you put them on your 1 through 10 list.
Oh, it's like one of these. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm here.
So we'll start with George Pickens. Where are we gonna rate him? 10?
Last.
You're George Pickens last. On the George Pickens.
Dude, I hate that guy.
Explain yourself. Explain yourself.
Because I'm not gonna like anybody off vibes any less than George Pickens. That's an active receiver. So I think that I'm pretty comfortable putting him at 10. Even if I get a De'Ami Brown, I'd still feel better about putting him above him just because fuck George Pickens.
I didn't have De'Ami Brown on the list, but I kind of wish I did now.
Sorry.
That's fine. We got Ladd McConkey.
Ladd McConkey? Okay. This year, yeah, I'm just going off of right now. The 5. Let's put McConkey at 8.
McConkey at 8. So we got McConkey at 8.
I'm not picking on McConkey right now.
Pickens at 10. Let's go Jackson Smith and Ninjigba.
3.
JSN. He has honestly been incredible.
Yeah, I think he's one of the best. I mean, yeah, to me, he's like a top 3 receiver so far. 4 or 5, maybe, if I think about some other ones I'm not thinking of.
Up next, we have Justin Jefferson.
4.
JJ below JSN. I mean, yeah. I get it.
It's going to be awkward if I don't end up with any other ones I like more than those 2 guys higher, but...
Right. Well, you got DK Metcalf next.
9.
Next up, Marvin Harrison.
7. I feel comfortable with that still. I like that. I think I do like him over all those other guys, but not that much.
Rome Odunze.
I'll go 5. I like Rome. I think he's been surprisingly good. But I'm running out anyway. I think I only have a 6 left on that side.
Yeah,
so I'm giving myself space. I give myself space.
Right. Chris Olave.
Fuck. Yeah, put him there. 6 or whatever the hell it is.
With Luke McCaffrey at number 1.
Yeah, right. Do I get like 1 movement? I can swap 1 at the very end.
Wan'Dale Robinson.
Good thing I like him based off 5s, but that's about it. 4, I guess.
You put JJ at 4, so.
Oh, so wait, where am I at now? 5?
You have 1 and 2.
Oh shit! Wan'Dale's 2, I guess. Who knows who's getting 1? That's drum roll for my number 1 receiver.
Puka Nacua.
Oh yes, that's my actual number 1.
Good. Yeah.
That's my actual number 1. Like if I have to rate receivers, Puka Nacua, deadass number 1. So I'm happy with that list.
So the final list is number 1 Puka Nacua, number 2 Wan'Dale Robinson, number 3 JSN, number 4 Justin Jefferson, number 5 Rome Odunze, number 6 Chris Olave, number 7 Marvin Harrison, number 8 Lad McConkey. Number 9, DK Metcalf. Number 10, George Pickens.
I like it.
You stand by it?
There might be a couple things I'd move around, but that's pretty much it.
Fair enough. All right, Trent, you've been assigned quarterbacks.
Feel good about this.
So we're gonna start with who else but Trevor Lawrence.
Put about 7.
From a 7. All right, Caleb Williams.
10.
10. Wow.
I mean, because these are still the top 10 quarterbacks, you know?
Wow.
I mean, I didn't tell you which 10 quarterbacks you were gonna get.
I know.
I'm surprised you put him below Trev.
Dak Prescott.
What are you gonna do?
9. Dak Prescott at 9. MVP Dak at 9.
Dak? Is that what they're chanting now?
I mean, you could
They are
make the
changing
argument
that.
for sure.
Comeback player of the year.
All right. Jaden Daniels.
Number 3.
Number 3.
Being cautious. Didn't want to give him the 1 or 2. We'll give him top 3.
Justin Herbert.
Him number 2.
Him number 2. All right. Jalen Hurts.
Number 4.
Number 4. Baker Mayfield.
Number 1.
You got it right, boy.
That's right. It's the correct answer.
I mean, he's been electric. He's been electric.
That's what this was, actually. It was just a test.
Patrick Mahomes.
What are my open slots? Like 5.
5, 6, and 8.
Mahomes at 8.
Mahomes at 8. I mean, hey, if it's off this year.
Exactly, dude. We're going off right now.
You said based off vibes. Vibes is what's happening right now.
The vibes is not great.
Drake May.
Give him 5.
5. And finally, Geno Smith.
Number 6, Geno Smith. Where else?
It's unfortunate for every single QB below that motherfucker.
It's tough draw, but this is what the top 10 came out to. At number 1, Baker Mayfield. At number 2, Justin Herbert. 3, Jaden Daniels. 4, Jalen Hurts. Number 5, Drake May. 6, Geno Smith. 7, Trevor Lawrence. 8, Patrick Mahomes. 9, Dak Prescott. 10, Caleb Williams. And you stand by it?
Yep, I stand by that.
All right.
You'll see at the end of the year.
I'll
That's the
die on
passing
that hill.
yardage.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, something you're gonna have to stand by is what we're calling your Thanos pick. So we're gonna be basically modified survivor picking games starting this week. You can only pick a team once to win, and if you get it right, you will double your point total. If you get it wrong, we're going to cut your point total in half. Everyone starts with 1 point. So if you get it right, you'll be coming into next show with 2 points. If you get it wrong, you'll be at 0.5 points. This way, you're never out of it, but you are severely cooked if you go all the way down to like 0.08 or something like that. So who wants to get us started with their Thanos pick here?
Trent, you can take it away.
That we pick either an over, under, or a winner, or are we just doing winners?
We're just doing winners here. We'll probably get that going if it's tough with the lines, but yeah.
Okay.
Just a winner.
Well then.
Well, I can take it away first since I've got this. I've got this one ready.
Yeah.
So, boys, I like this week as a guaranteed team that I know will win their matchup is the Denver Broncos against the New York Jets this week. I just have absolutely zero faith in the New York Jets as a squad. I think they're bad. And I think the Broncos just beat the Eagles and they looked really good in the second half. And I think they're finally kind of putting it together. Really good defense. 2 really good defenses. And that's why my prop is either the first half under 24.5 points, which has been faithful. It's been steady and true. Or Jets under 17.5 total points. The cool thing about this is the Broncos are really good at points per game allowed. And they've allowed less than 17.5. So a pretty favorable line there. and their red zone percentage, that was the biggest thing that I saw against compared to the Jets' offensive red zone success, which now I'm not finding it here because this is set up a little bit differently than before. But it's good. So that's my pick. Broncos, I think they got it locked up. I think they guarantee and they kind of proves that they're a good team, which someone, whatever that was, First Take said that the Colts need to prove they can beat a good team today, and they beat the Broncos, and so I think he forgot that they're a good team. I think he'll go ahead and prove that right here.
He just doesn't think they're a good team, you know?
He doesn't, but I think he's going to prove him wrong in this game against the New York Football Jets. Hopefully there's no injuries in that godforsaken stadium.
Yeah, I mean, I think what I'm going to go with is just simple. I don't believe in this team kind of thing. And I do believe in the other team to get it done. I'm taking the Bills over the Falcons. I know the Falcons are at home. I just haven't seen anything with Michael Penix, anything with the team as a whole that would suggest that they're going to hold their own and take out the Buffalo Bills. And I think the Buffalo Bills can't really afford to drop another one in prime time. So I'm going to go ahead on one of the last weird Monday doubleheaders and say for certain, guarantee you could take it to the bank, the Buffalo Bills will be winning over the Atlanta Falcons.
I'll fuck with it. They got to have a bounce back game.
Is the Colts guaranteed going to beat the Cardinals?
I like Cardinals that one a lot.
Got some coaching struggles. They got their coaches punching their players. You know, the Colts, Danny Dimes, at home. I think he's gonna light up the Cardinals.
I like it. That was my close second that I was looking at.
We said earlier that the Gannon moment was gonna be kind of the first kind of kicking down the hill snowball effect, and I could see them starting to spiral, dropping like 3 or 4 games and maybe a mid-season firing. But I do think Gannon is a good coach. I think he did take probably more accountability in the locker room than he did in that press conference. But I could really see this Colts team being a legit contender for the 1 or 2 seed in the AFC. Just partly because of their schedule, partly because they're just a good team. We've kind of been making excuses the first month of the season of, well, they're good, but, well, they're good at this, well, they're good at that. Maybe they're just good, period, and we can stop projecting and we can just appreciate the Colts for what they are, and that's a team that Trent thinks is going to handle the Cardinals.
I agree. I think they should, and if they want to, they need to keep winning these games where they should win handedly. Nobody's going to believe in them until they make the playoffs, apparently. So they just got to keep doing their thing. Keep their head down and don't beat themselves again. I think it's a good squad. Yeah,
but
if anybody was wondering, those 3 parlayed together, it's plus 132 for you bettors out there. Put those 3 money lines together.
Yeah, that's free money. We're guaranteed. It, so it's free money.
It's plus odds.
Free plus odds for free money.
You not throw money on
What's the catch? No catch. No catch. Just like we definitely went over the time allotment of what we were aiming to do. So we're going to push the MVP race talk to next week because, I mean, it's going to be clearer then. But what we really need to talk about is the best and the worst of week 6.
Yes, sir.
You could say the good, bad, and the ugly. You could give us 3 bad things.
That's exactly what I did.
3 good things. So we're going to go through, tell you some storylines to be paying attention to, some games you should be watching, some things that actually matter outside of whatever weird bubble you're in. Get out of it. This is reality. Wake up. Why don't you get us started, Luke, with your first thing that matters?
Well, what matters in my sphere this week, Eric Cullen. Yeah, and if you don't know the name, and that's actually a good segue because that is an announcer that had that phenomenal game calling the Dolphins Panthers game where he was electric, and I absolutely enjoyed his commentating. And so I want to know what game he's covering this week, and if he will follow up with as great as a performance as he had last week. And so I need to know that. And I know that the Charlotte Hornets love this guy. Charlotte Hornets fans, sound off because I know you love this guy because he's the only thing that makes it worth a shit to watch your fucking poor team play basketball, apparently. That was from you guys, it's not me. I don't know what's going on in the NBA. That's what they said. And so I'm excited to see what he does. That's my first good thing that happened around the league last week that I want to see continue.
Yeah,
or what the storyline will develop on.
It's interesting hearing the reactions. I think there's and it might be like an age crowd thing, but I feel like I and a lot of the people that I like generally agree with this, like I want to hear enthusiasm. I don't care if they think that it's like, oh, if you act that way about everything, like everything's the Super Bowl, it diminishes the other moments. No, it doesn't. It like he is calling it genuinely of what is happening. He is giving accurate. Who cares that he's excited? That's what you got to do to stand out as a commentator. It's so hard, especially when you're the play-by-play guy. And he's done a great job. He was absolutely electric. He made a absolute like just toss it to the side game. Miami and Carolina. Not only was it a wacky game, but it felt like it mattered. It felt like a playoff game with how he announced it, and sign me up for that. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Agreed.
I think something I'm gonna go with is maybe a bit cliche. I mentioned at the top of the show that I'm a Patriots fan, but the New England Patriots are a legit playoff contender. We talked about it all off season. And they are going against the New Orleans Saints, and this should be an easy win. What the Patriots have done this year is they blew out the Panthers, they beat the Bills. That's the last 2 weeks. They should have beat the Steelers. The last 2 weeks are 2 really impressive wins. They need to handle the Saints. The Saints haven't been blown out by anyone other than Seattle, and this is a real prove it who you are game. I think the Saints are going to, put the Patriots on notice, but I think what you're hoping to see here, if you're a Patriots fan or just someone that is interested in the Patriots as an organization growing into what they hope to be a perennial contender, I think this is a big turning point in that. I think they could easily lose this game and they go right back into the fringe. Are they not? If they win this game, they're 4-2. They are 1 game out of the AFC East. They're right there at the top of the other AFC teams. And we have to start really talking about Mike Vrabel as the favorite for Coach of the Year.
Then I wait.
Why would you?
I think that's what the Patriots have to do to the Saints. They need to approach them and win this game. I think that really matters for the NFL landscape. Are the Patriots legit, or was that just Sunday Night Football being Sunday Night Football?
Yep. It's going to be a big moment. Fall back to the wayside or become a real talking point?
What do you got, Trent?
Start with my good, which is going to be a player. It's going to be the running back of the Washington Commanders, Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. He really went off last week. He stepped into the starting role with the Commanders and had 14 attempts for 111 yards, which was more than double. Or I guess had 82 yards the first week, but he more than double his previous week. And I don't know, he looked really good out there. And I think it's gonna continue.
Yeah, I think that was a big week for Bill fans. Ja'Cory Krosky Bill has been almost a like hallucination of the fantasy football community this entire time. And last week it felt like everything clicked. This is not a sleeper plant. This is a actual football player that is here to make plays and be a starting running back on what should be a playoff team, which is wild. You got anything for the Bill conversation, or are you on to your good, bad, you know?
I'm excited to see how he develops. Yeah, no, it's nice to see him finally step into the starting role. Pretty much agree with you guys. Excited to see how that develops. Transitioning into the bad, which I had this silly little pun that doesn't mean anything, but outstanding all alone on the fields. When will the inevitable happen that he's benched and we see Tyrod Taylor actually pull off a couple wins for this team? Because I think they're going to get their ass kicked this week, and it's like, at what point do a couple of flashy plays not really justify keeping him in there when Tyrod actually got the ball to Garrett Wilson like efficiently for the entire game and not just in garbage time? Yeah. So I'll be watching that.
It'll be a challenge for them. I think right now it's just Aaron Glenn needs to win a football game. It's becoming a weirdly hot seat over there. When you just lose, it's tough to keep your job, especially in that New York market. And I think there hasn't been much reason for optimism. I completely agree. It's kind of the Daniel Jones AR thing. It's like, I know Justin Fields is more athletic, but at what point do you struggle to look those receivers in the eyes and be like, I'm trying to win this football game to the best of my ability? When they've seen what Tyrod can do, they see that he is much more capable of a passer. It's a tough position to be, because you really want to be able to, like, oh, let's just simulate the season through with Justin Fields as the QB, see what happens. If we don't win a single game, we don't win a single game. But now we're seeing how tough that is to watch, how hard that is for a fan base to go through. And I'd be surprised if we just go through this whole season without that ownership getting a little itchy about something.
Yeah.
My bad, and really this could be an ugly, but the vibes for the Baltimore Ravens, like the Baltimore Ravens feel like they're in purgatory. It feels very much like they have moved on from the 2025-26 season, and they are just in the afterlife, looking down. I don't feel like this is the Ravens team. It seems like a corpse of what the Ravens should be, and I don't feel much. I just feel kind of sad. I don't get angry watching them. They don't fill me with rage. They don't make me laugh. They just you just watch it and you just feel that football sad of like, this could be something, right, but it's just sad. So yeah, the Ravens, they're hosting the Rams, and it really does feel like they're gonna get belts to ass, and it's gonna be looking pretty grim going into their bye week. But then they get Lamar back. I could see them rattling off some wins, but it might be too little too late.
Yeah, they made like a trade, got rid of Odefu, so traded for some sort of safety I've never heard of, and moved up a couple rounds from the 7th to the 5th. So I don't know why. Just seems kind of like a pointless move, but they're doing something.
Money moves. What do you got, Trent?
My bad is going to be the Chargers O-line. The nightmare continues. So I'm sure that we'll probably keep trying to just change things up, see if anything works. But as of right now, the last 2 games has not looked good. Justin Herbert's just had no time at all. Ever since Alt got hurt. Bozeman at center has not been it. We just need something to need some of our guys to come back, or need to figure something out, because it's gonna be bad.
I think this is a real moment for Jim Harbaugh. What could you do with how little you have? They got to just figure it out, like you said. There's no light at the end of the tunnel. Rashawn Slater isn't walking through that door. And if he is,
not magically just going to come back with a healed leg.
It's tough, and O-line is one of those positions that you can hide a little bit with scheme, but most of the time, if your guys can't hang, then there's the door. To quote Kellen Quinn, I think it's something that is starting to look grim for a Chargers team that felt like they weren't the Chargers anymore. Finally,
yeah, seems like it came crashing down to earth so quick.
Yeah, we were done.
They
charging
don't charge
games.
it anymore. Yeah. Well, they all died, so
it's also like I remember Jim Harbaugh making a big deal about how like the Chargers, when he started, were like this super injured team all the time. He revamped all of the speed and conditioning coaches, and he thought he had this thing fixed. Little did he know, it's actually just magic. It's dark magic placed on the franchise, following them from city to city as they are punished for some sins that they may or may not have been a part of, but they're sure being punished for it, and that's tough. That's tough. Much like the ugly, as for me, there is nothing uglier than this Titans Raiders game. Like that might I'm just handing mine. I'm just handing it to the whole game. Titans Raiders. It's not even a morning game. This is going to be one of our afternoon slate games.
Travesty.
In an afternoon slate with only 3 games. So if you quad box, you will be forced at gunpoint to watch Titans Raiders, Bengals Packers, and Niners Bucks. But Niners Bucks might as well just be a primetime game.
Yeah,
I don't
there's
know
no point to watch the other games. I literally won't even have. There's no point for a triple box on that. No cap.
I think we somehow missed the talking Joe Flacco news. So I guess we'll fit that in here. Joe Flacco traded to the Bengals.
That was maybe going to be my ugly. Just Joe Flacco in a Bengals uniform. Not necessarily
go ahead,
him.
Just keep the flow. Yeah, keep it going. You're ugly, Trent. Go ahead.
Yeah, my ugly is Joe Flacco. Just got signed by the Bengals. Not necessarily, his play is going to be ugly, but Joe Flacco in that in the orange and black. We'll see.
I feel like seeing him for Cleveland after all those years with Baltimore was strange, and now we're having an in-division quarterback trade mid-season.
That doesn't even make sense.
What? Like, genuinely, what?
The in-division. Why would you help a division opponent win?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
When they have to play soon.
Yeah, what did they even get for Joe Flacco?
That's a great question. When did
actually I don't even know.
When they might have just given him. It might have just been like a handoff.
They just gave it to him for free.
The Browns and the Bengals.
He doesn't want to be here anymore.
Don't play until week 18.
A 6th-round pick. Some time. Joe Flacco.
I guess, but I'm just gonna go back to, can a 6th-round pick not get you Jameis Winston? I guess not. But if you're the Giants, what are you doing turning down a trade? If the Giants got a call 6th-round pick for Jameis Winston, Jameis is currently your 3rd-string quarterback. Why would you ever turn that down? I have to assume they just didn't make the call and they preferred to have Flacco. I don't know.
Jameis would have been way more electric, but we'll see how Joe Flacco does. I feel like, given Jamar Chase at least somebody who'll be able to get the ball out fast.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe
I
not.
mean,
I don't see how it's much of an improvement. From what we saw from Joe Flacco early in the year, but maybe he's got one last rodeo in him.
Yeah, apprehensive. It seems like it's going to be ugly either way. Dude could get injured, I feel like, real quick.
Do you have your last ugly,
yep,
Luke?
I got it. We pretty much covered it, so it cuts back on time. The ugly was the fucking Jonathan Gannon and the Cardinals, and how long until that dude's fired. That was it.
Yeah.
It's ugly.
I mean, the
Cardinals play ugly, lose ugly game, ugly coach, play ugly. I mean, everything ugly. You could actually just put a picture of Jonathan Gannon and just put ugly underneath it.
Oh.
And it would fit.
Yeah.
That's just ugly.
Yeah. I'm now forgetting. This is classic episode 0 operation. Forgetting that I made like a little. I was trying to get like a sound clip for the Thanos picks, but I couldn't find any. So I was like, okay, for episode 0, we'll just use Google Translate. So I had.
Damn,
I don't know
didn't
why
even get to use that
so far. Yeah, I didn't get to use
that. Sucks.
We
didn't get to use that.
But I think I used every other one. I'll have to take some time my next day off to make sure to get this library going.
Being a bachelor
the girl. You just got to make sure she's young and dumb.
Maybe I was doing it wrong, but I don't remember feeling like a competitive atmosphere when I was at a bar.
That's psychotic.
Like
it's scary, actually.
Yeah, it's terrifying to think about that he was like it's game time.
Ugh, not good.
But hey, we made it through an episode in less than less than a time, more than an hour, less than an hour and a half.
Yeah, gotta cut that down.
Not quite. Yeah.
40 minutes, 30 minutes.
But I had a lot of fun talking football with you guys. Hope anyone that maybe made it to the end of this enjoyed it and will be joining us next time when it's inevitably better, more flow, turned up to 11, maximum effort.
Week 6 is going to have to be good, or else I'm bringing no effort. Sorry.
Okay.
You heard him.
I just follow the NFL's vibe.
That's wild. You basically the George Pickens of podcasting.
Podcasting, yeah. That's really ironic how it comes full circle too. You become what you despise most.
And that's where we'll leave it, on a philosophical point about really the monster inside of all of us. And for that monster, I'm Ty.
I'm Luke.
I'm Trent.
We'll see you guys next time.
And good luck.
Deuces.